In previous session, we have seen design of shaft on the basis of strength for solid shaft, and for that we have seen the shaft design on the basis of torsional rigidity also. Now here we'll check the derivation for hollow shaft. Now here also two parts are there, as like hollow shaft design on the basis of strength, hollow shaft design on the basis of rigidity. So as per the title I have written over here, so design of the shaft for hollow shaft on the basis of strength, you can see. So hollow shaft means very important is there are two diameters, one is inner, another is outer. So I can consider one condition, that is C is equal to, C is indication or some assumptions you can take, which is equal to inside diameter divided by outside diameter. So di by du. So C will have to consider, or else I can say this di inside diameter is equal to C into du. So this is important. So that is the assumptions which we have to consider before starting the derivation for this hollow shaft. Now one by one we follow the same step, as like in solid shaft we have seen the three kind of the stresses. One is tensile, second one is bending, and third one is shear. And after that we have used the theories of failure, two conditions. Out of that two conditions, one we have selected, and through that one condition we have finalized the derivation for solid shaft. So same procedure I will have to follow here. So first step is to calculation of the calculation of the stress. So I'll write here calculation. First one is calculate tensile stress. So I'll write here tensile stress. Okay, notation as we know it is sigma T, tensile stress. Now here what happened, stress is nothing but load by area. So I'll write here sigma T is equal to load by area. Correct. Now area, here is the hollow shaft which is having circular cross section. It means that the area can be defined in a two dimensional point of view. So as we know, the area of circular cross section pi by 4 d square. Very simple. It is known. Now I will have to write in terms of outer and inner diameter term. As we know, outer diameter is always bigger. So P by area, that is pi by 4 outer diameter square minus inner diameter square. So this will be your first equation for the tensile stress. Here also I can change the things. See, sigma T is equal to, I'll elaborate. I told you, dm is what? dm is C into Tu, which we have written over here. So that will have to put the value. So I'll get P by pi by 4 do square minus C do square. Correct? C square also, because it is C into du. C square du square. So I can write the final equation sigma T is equal to 4P by, just check the carefully, pi do get common square minus remaining 1 minus C raised to square. This is your final equation to calculate tensile stress for hollow shaft. 4P by, earlier what was the equation for the solid shaft? It is 4P by pi d square. That's it. Now here 4P by pi do square, outer diameter we get the common, into 1 minus C square. So this will be your equation A. I'll write. Okay? Instead of this, you can write equation, this will be the final equation. Now second, bending stress. Now here is important, bending stress we need to consider sigma B. So sigma B we have written, I'll repeat many more times because you will get understand the things. We have calculated MBY by I, through which we have developed 32 MB by pi d cube. Am I correct? So this equation we need to write in terms of hollow shaft. So one by one, MBY by I. MB, bending moment, MB. Y means Y is the neutral axis distance. It is axis that neutral axis distance is with related to outer diameter, that is dO by 2 divided by I is nothing but moment of inertia for circular cross section, pi by 64. So I'll write pi by 64 d raised to 4. D raised to 4 means what? That is dO raised to 4 minus di raised to 4. This is 64. Correct? So again I will have to convert. I know this di is nothing but C into dO. So that I will have to again put in this equation. I'll get mb dO by 2 divided by pi by 64. I'll get directly, make it common directly by putting this, or else I'll write dO4 minus C4 dO4 bracket complete. So this will be the bending stress. So again I will have to convert for your side, that is sigma b is equal to mb dO by 2 divided by pi by 64 dO raised to 4 in bracket 1 minus C raised to 4. Correct? So this will be the value. So here if I simplify this, it will gives me bending stress is equal to, so it will be divided by 2, that is 32 mb by pi dO cube in bracket this dO get cancelled. So dO cube 1 minus C raised to 4. So this will be your final equation for calculating the bending stress in case of hollow shaft. Correct? Now third, shear stress. Shear stress. So very simple, that is tau. So tau we can calculate as we know, that is tau is equal to mdr by j, and that we have converted for the circular cross section, that is 16 mt by pi d cube. So this is the general equation. Now we'll have to convert it into hollow shaft as like bending stress, whatever the procedure we have followed. So I'll write tau is equal to mt, torsional moment, into radius is nothing but dO by 2, outer side, hollow shaft is there. Polar moment of inertia, it is pi by 32 d raised to 4. So I'll write pi by 32 dO raised to 4 minus di raised to 4. Correct? No. So again I will have to convert this, as I know di is nothing but C into dO. So my equation would be mt dO by 2 divided by pi by 32, dO get common, that is dO raised to 4, that is 1 minus C raised to 4. Check it, what I did, I have put just C raised to 4, D raised to 4, and dO get common, that is dO raised to 4 get common, and 1 minus C raised to 4 would be the outcome. Therefore stress equation is 16 mt, 16 how? 32 divided by 2, dO get cancelled, dO4 minus dO4 cancel with dO, so dO3 remain, that is pi dO cube in bracket 1 minus C raised to 4. So this will be your equation number 3 for the calculation of the stress. Now after that what we did, we'll have to consider the condition. What condition we took? We took sigma x is equal to sigma b. What is that? It is 32 mb sigma b, where it is here, pi dO cube 1 minus C raised to 4. So this will be the condition for the bending stress. Now we'll have to use theories of failure. So according to principal stress theory, what I will have to write? I will have to write here, according to principal stress theory, that is sigma 1 is equal to sigma x by 2 plus square root of sigma x by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Now here I will have to put the value of sigma b. As we know, sigma x is equal to sigma b, 32 MB by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4. I will have to put and the value of tau is equal to 16 mt by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4. So these two values I will have to put here. I'll get sigma 1 is equal to, that is 16 by pi do cube. I'll directly write pi do cube into 1 minus c raised to 4 plus correct. Sigma 1 is equal to 16 by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4 in bracket mb plus square root of mb square plus mt square. So this will be the derivation we'll have to got for the sigma 1 principal stress theory, and that would be SYT by Fs for the hollow shaft that we have calculated, and through which what we can write here, we need to find out the diameter. That would be the outer diameter. Once I get the outer diameter, I know C is equal to di by do, so I'll get inside diameter also. Correct? So likewise things are there while deriving the equation for design of shaft on the basis of hollow, on the basis of strength. We have seen for the principal stress theory. So in next session we'll see for according to second part remaining this derivation, that is according to principal maximum shear stress theory. So I hope you understood this session. In this session I had explained you the design of shaft for hollow shaft. We have taken the condition C is equal to di by do, which is after that tensile stress we have calculated, that would be 4p by pi do square in bracket 1 minus c square. For bending we have calculated 32 MB by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4. For torsion 16 mt by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4, and by the considering the condition I have calculated according to principal stress theory, sigma 1 is equal to 16 by pi do cube 1 minus c raised to 4 in bracket bending moment plus bending square root of bending moment plus torsional moment. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Thank you.